Hello and welcome to the video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Phil. I'm a retired solo traveler. I recently spent a month in Australia, and this is the last in a series of 4 videos from that trip. If you haven't seen the other videos, you can enjoy them by clicking on the box on the screen. I hope you enjoy this video. Good morning. Today I am in Byron Bay, and look at that view. And there's the Cape Byron Lighthouse. It's so cool with the moon behind it and the bird flying. Woo! This is the hang gliding launch site. I will not be launching, but it is a very cool view. And there's the lighthouse over there. Obviously this was built in 1901. They said this is the brightest lighthouse in Australia. The light can be seen for 50 kilometers or 30 miles. Just had lunch at this place. It was so good. Had a quarter chicken and coleslaw and roasted vegetables. Delicious. $21 Australian, which is about $14 American. Thought that was a pretty good deal. Delicious food. Just went for a nice swim in the ocean. Now I'm gonna have a pint at this place. It's a microbrewery. Oh, that's the lighthouse. We're gonna swim in this waterfall. Here goes. Woohoo! This is awesome. Over to the rainforest. Big red cedar, which are endangered. This root, I think it's a root, goes all the way up the tree.
There's a hole in the rock if you guys want to then come close and see. The glow worm
This tree has an amazing root system. This waterfall is called Protesters Waterfall, in honor of all the protesters in Australia.
The tour I took was amazing. The guy was so knowledgeable. His name was H. He's actually from Portugal, but he's lived in Australia for 7 years. But we got to see 2 waterfalls. We got to swim in one of them and then see that other huge waterfall. And then after that, we had a vegan dinner, which was really good. And then went to see the glowworms in the forest. And I couldn't get any video because the lights were too dim. But it was amazing seeing all those glowworms. It was like the trees were all lit up. It was like seeing the stars in the trees. It was really, really cool. Enjoyed the trip a lot. I'll put a link below if you want to do it. If you're in the Byron Bay area, definitely recommend it. It goes late though. It started at 3:30. We weren't done till almost 10, but it was so worth it. Good morning. Today I'm in Minion Falls. Gonna make a couple of stops, Minion Falls, and another stop at Spring Rocks National Park. North of Byron Bay now, headed toward Brisbane, but I was told these two places are must-sees, so I'm going to go see them. Wow, that is super high. Goes in that pool down there. And then the views from here, also spectacular. People down there. Give us some sense of the scope of how tall this thing is. Here it is from the other side. This tree is amazing. It leans at the top. Now that is pretty incredible. There's all the bats flying around here. This is the top of the falls. Down there is the cave where I just was. One more look from the other side. You can see where it goes down into the cave. This is one of the most amazing things I've seen since I've been in Australia, and I've seen a lot of amazing things. Currently in Brisbane, Australia. Not going to be able to spend much time here because of my phone situation. I have to fly back to Adelaide tomorrow and get it, and then come back here, and then I got to drive all the way up to the Whitsundays, which is a 12-hour drive. Long, horrible story. Anyway, this is where I'm going right now. It's supposed to be really good. This is extra special bitter, really good, but it's $15 a pint, which is like 10 bucks American. So I think I'm only having one pint here. Very expensive. So yesterday I drove 12 hours from Brisbane to Airlie Beach because today I'm doing the snorkeling tour. Should be awesome. Get to see the Great Barrier Reef. I finally got my phone back. Had to fly to Adelaide to get it. Flew to Adelaide from Brisbane and back on the same day. Last couple of days have been brutal. Today should be awesome.
back in the camper van. That tour that I took today was so incredible. The views of Whitehaven Beach were amazing. One of the best views I've ever seen. Definitely in the top 10 of views I've ever seen. And then I got to go down onto the beach and swim in the ocean, and that was pretty awesome. But then the snorkeling was so good. The first one was basically all fish, a little bit of coral, but mostly fish. And then the second one, it was so much coral. It was beautiful. It was just an incredible tour. The people running it were funny, and they were very helpful, and they were ribbing each other a little bit. It was really quite an entertaining tour. I absolutely loved it. If you're in the Whitsundays area, definitely do this tour. I'll put a link below. Never seen cows that look like this before. There's one in the middle of the road. This cow is sitting in the middle of the road. What the hell? And she ain't moving. Oh, the baby's feeding from the mommy. All right, I gotta try to get around this. Good morning. I am at Waterfall Falls, which is the highest waterfall in Australia. Looking forward to seeing that, but the weather is horrible, so I'm gonna have to get out the rain gear and let's go. Drove all the way up here to Waterfall Falls to see this. Sounds impressive. I'm gonna walk to the bottom though. Hopefully I can see them from down there. You can see a little bit from this lookout. There it is, Waterfall Falls. Isn't that impressive? Just kidding. That's Waterfall Falls. That is impressive. When I first saw it, my reaction was laden with expletives. It's so amazing. I'm gonna be drenched by the time I get out of here because there is so much mist from the falls. It is so incredible. It is so high and it's gushing so much water. And the sun came out, so maybe I'll be able to see from the top now. That is so impressive. One of the top 5 waterfalls I've ever seen, definitely. I didn't even see this part before. Right over there is the smaller waterfall, the one that's next to Waterfall Falls. So this is another separate waterfall. It just keeps getting better. This is the view that was clouded over before. Now we can see it. So the walk down was even more worth it. The clouds cleared. There's another one over there. So incredible. Here's the view from the other lookout. It's very similar to the other one. But that walk back up was no joke. The walk down took about 40 minutes. The walk back up was about 1.2 miles of pretty much all stairs. I've never seen anything like this. Look at all these cows just lying in the road. Like, why would they lie in the road? Isn't the grass more comfortable than the road? This is where I just had dinner. It's 3 boats. The seafood is so fresh. It was so good. Pricey. It was my big indulgence here in Australia, but it was worth it. Fresh seafood. Great place. This is in our camp. Doing a Great Barrier Reef snorkeling tour off of Cairns today. This boat is way bigger than the one from the last tour, so I think this one's gonna be a little less intimate, but it should still be fun. Plus I'm doing a helicopter ride after, which will be amazing.
Snorkeling on the Great Barrier Reef was probably the highlight of my trip to Australia. It's just incredible. If you ever get the chance to do it, you should definitely do it, because we don't know how much longer it's going to be around, and it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Hello. Today is my last day in Australia. I flew from Cairns to Gold Coast today because it's a lot easier to get a flight from Gold Coast to Auckland than it is to get from Cairns to Auckland. So I thought I'd check out Gold Coast for a day. Kind of reminds me of Miami. Very beachy, a lot of tall buildings. And I'm going to be taking the tour in a few minutes. So it should be a lot of fun. It's a bin chicken. Taking a tour on this. So this is a bus that also goes into the water. It's an amphibious vehicle. Should be a lot of fun. I've taken these before in the US, in Philadelphia and Boston. So we'll see how they compare in Australia. Have a lot of fun. Good introduction to the Gold Coast. Got to see it from land and from by the sea. The captain let some of the kids drive, so of course I had to take a turn because I'm basically maturity level of a kid. So I'm going to try and find someplace to eat. Can't go wrong with a name like that. It's raining like crazy and it's hard to evacuate, but I don't know where to go.
Evacuate now. Evacuate as directed. Evacuate as directed.
Nothing like a nice quiet dinner. Security guard said, some little shit pushed the button, false alarm. This is the view out the back of my Airbnb. Very nice. That beer I had last night was good, but it was $15, which is about $10 US. And it wasn't even a whole pint, it was a schooner, which is smaller than a pint. So I thought it was kind of a rip-off. So I didn't stay there, and I just went to that noodle place for dinner. Food was good, but all the emergency signals blasting and stuff, it was pretty funny. So today's my final day in Australia. Actually, I'm leaving right now. I'm in the airport, headed to New Zealand. Australia was amazing. I definitely am gonna come back. There's so much more to see. I felt like I saw quite a bit, but I had those issues with my phone that kept me in Adelaide for a long time, so I missed a lot of the rest of the country that I wanted to see. I will be back, hopefully next year. Off to New Zealand. The plane is completely enveloped in mist. It's kind of cool, actually.